This is a mission statement. Now, I created 12 steps for little homies because I wanted to create something that I would have liked to listen to back when I was a young dude with a drug addiction and a gun and an STD. While everybody's welcome and encouraged to listen, gangsters, thieves, and thugs and drug addicts that's going crazy, ages 16 to 26, is who it was created for. The idea for this project first came to me while I was sitting in a meeting listening to a reading. And they was like, in our recovery, addictions got blah, blah, blah. The whole time I'm trying not to doze off and I'm thinking to myself, could this shit possibly be any more boring? It's a good thing I'm old, because there's no way in hell I would have been able to sit through this meeting listening to some dry ass shit like this back when I was a kid. And I looked around the room, I said, that's why ain't no kids in here now. I don't know youngsters want to go through having to wash and paint dry. If we did a better job of communicating with them, maybe a few more of them would actually listen to us. Speaking to them in their own tongue significantly lowers the chances of them tuning you out. How are people missing this? What's more important, teaching them proper English or getting them off drugs? Also, this is part of my living amends. This is me trying to give back. I'm getting a lot out of this too, because it's helping me to prove that I'm part of the solution, not the problem. See, we can't wait until the day these young dudes is willing to listen before we start talking, because too many times they either gonna get killed or kill somebody else before that day arrives. And this old fentanyl crap, it has made this mission of mine even more important than it ever was before. This is the number one damn killer of our kids. So yeah, even when they don't listen, I'm gonna be talking, because I don't want them growing up to be prostitutes and killers and grown men that steal from their mamas and cancers on society. All right. This is for step 11. It's called prayer and meditation and conscious contact. We sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him. Looking only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. That's step 11. My dictionary say that the word pray, it means to talk to God, especially to give thanks or to ask for something. There are a few other definitions too, but that's the only one that matters to us here. So, just talk to God, talk to Him all the time. You can do the whole get down on your knees with your hands together thing, or you can do it in your head as you go through your day. Or, you can do it out loud, So what if you look like a crazy bastard walking around talking to himself? We talking to God here. So, damn what people think. Yeah. So in your own way, just talk to God all the time. While you're eating, while you're working out, when you wake up, when you go to bed, and especially when you're trying to resist the urge to do something that'll take you backward or land you in prison. Something like kicking some chick in the neck, or stealing somebody's identity, or going back to using dope again. Really, it's as simple as this. If you keep keep trying to make conscious contact with God as you understand Him, eventually you will. Because just like with almost everything else in life, practice makes perfect. And so, how do we make conscious contact with God? How do you know when you finally made conscious contact with God? What would that feel like, you know? Actually, hold up. Before I go any further, I need to make sure that y'all all know what the hell the word conscious means. It means being aware of a fact or a feeling, and knowing that something exists or is happening. So, to say we making conscious contact with God is saying that while praying and or meditating, we talking to God the same way we talk to a person sitting right beside us. It's saying we just as certain about our contact with God as we are about our contact with our baby mama or our contact with the homie. And so how do we know when we've made conscious contact with God? I asked this question to one old-ass retired gangbanger, and he said it's a feeling you get when you see God working in and through your life. Me, I'm going to say almost ditto. Check it out, little homie. Just look for a feeling of a little more peace. It ain't got to be absolute peace. You'll get more and more peaceful as you go. And before you know it, things that used to make you mad enough to take off your shoe and kick a brick wall will only make you just want to yell a little. Before you know it, things that used to make you mad enough to wipe your ass with a porcupine will barely bother you enough to give somebody the finger. You know, you'll gradually get better. It works if you work it. That's a saying you hear a lot in 12-step programs. Meaning, if you take this shit seriously and really try, things will work out for you. If you get serious about making conscious contact with God, it'll happen for you. And I know y'all know what it means to be serious about wanting God's help or something. The way you prayed when you wanted God to make the jury find you not guilty, you remember how serious you was with the please, Lord, please. Well, you need to be just that serious when you're trying to get God to help you put down the pipe and pick up your life. When you thought you lost your dope and you was praying to God while you was walking back and backtracking your steps trying to find it, please don't let me lose my shit is what you was saying. Please, Lord. And you meant that shit. Well, you need to mean it and be just that serious when you asking God to help you deal with the challenges ahead, like finding work, raising kids, and
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You need to time out, lady. Yeah, when you was watching the game and you prayed that your team would make the shot at the buzzer, or you prayed your team would make a long-ass field goal to win the game, you remember how badly you wanted God to make the shot go in? Well, shit, that's how you need to be approaching it when you're trying to ask God to give you peace of mind so you can feel better without getting high. All right, now, on to the meditation part. So, to meditate, according to my dictionary, means to focus one's thoughts on something. And obviously enough, since we're dealing with step 11 here, the thing we focusing on is God. You know? We focusing our mind and meditating on God. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Why has my whole life been so damn fucked up? Is this God trying to teach me something? Or make me stronger or what? How can I understand God better? Think long and hard about stuff like that. Meditate on that stuff. Oh, FYI, you don't have to cross your legs Indian style and close your eyes to meditate. You can. That's a good way to do it. But you don't have to. You can just go off by yourself or let your mind do what it do doing your workout. Just find the most relaxed, quietest place you can and handle your business. The end. All right, what you want to talk about now? You want to talk about that time your daddy got high and started shooting at you. Remember? He said, nigga, you trying to fuck my woman? You trying to fuck my woman? Pow, pow, pow. You want to talk about that? All right, then. Okay.